Good morning.
Good morning times two.
Yeah, round two. Thank you guys so much for
some of you out there
patience.
saw that we were talking earlier, but there was
were
no
live.
sound.
Which is probably how many people prefer us, you know, just mute.
To be seen and not heard? Ugh.
Especially our close relatives.
That's right.
So this is, according to
Jama
and Nikki, and we are here with our VIPs, very informed persons, Hope
special
and
guest.
Drew.
Mater.
And they're with Rock the Hops.
The
That we are.
originators, the creators.
Co-founders.
Brain trust.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
Big theme for a
Put that
Saturday.
on your
That's a lot to
business
live up
card.
to.
And we are here because we're very excited. Rock the Hops is next Saturday.
It's next Saturday, 1 week
And
from
if you've
today.
never been and you love music, as everyone in the world
And
should.
People in one
Mhm.
spot. Like, it's really nice to see it somewhere that's kind of alive.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
I
Yeah.
love life and
Yeah.
energy. And in our initial conversation, we talked about how important these types of events are for local people to be planning events that bring the community together, that showcase amazing artists in various capacities, that maybe expose people to something new that they haven't seen or heard before.
Right.
And just, like we said, just being in those spaces, that energy invigorates you. You
Right.
know, it gives you that kick that some of us need to prioritize creativity in our lives.
And what year did Rock the Hop start? Or do you remember how long ago it was?
2015.
2015.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right when I moved back to Alton from St. Louis. So I was living in the city and I was going to Schlafly's Oyster Fest.
Oh, yeah.
and,
that was a good one.
Urban
Taste of St.
Chestnut Brewery
Louis,
had
yeah.
their Count Orlock, and they played Orlock, and they had that, like, what's that
We
instrument?
went to
that
the
sound-
Nosferatu, like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Nosferatu.
Mhm.
event.
So it was so cool because it was different and it was unique, and there were a lot of people, and everybody just sat around and enjoyed something together. And when I moved back to Alton, there was a part of me that's like, oh, I'm not going to get that vibe all the time. And then Rock the Hops happened, and I was like, yes!
Awesome.
It was so cool. I was like, okay, I can live back here. Like, this is
There's
cool.
things to
I
do.
can come home.
Yeah.
So it was really nice to be able to be a part of experiencing something together, and it's all different. It's not the same cookie cutter sounds. It's like unique, and you get a vibe of everybody. You get to feel their music. You've also grown to bring in artists now,
Mhm.
and you've got the craft, you've got the beer, the flavors, and then you've brought in some non-alcoholic beverages,
Mhm.
which I also appreciate.
Right.
So
and I
really
feel like
enjoy
that appeals to a wider audience. I know there's a lot of the next gen that are like, we don't need to be hungover.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Absolutely, yeah.
we've been doing this so long that the landscape has changed.
Yeah, for
where
sure.
like, you know, the pandemic brought in like sort of a new wave of like a health craze,
Mhm.
and like sort of, you know, people aren't drinking as much in general. So yeah, we try to
So have an NA and other options.
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Plus, you know, if you're dehydrating, you want to rehydrate.
Absolutely.
So that's
Right,
super
right.
important. I know we kind of touched on earlier before we got started about why. Like, why did you guys feel the spark to do this, to bring this to life?
Right. So Drew and I are both musicians, and we started a band together, Hope and Therapy, back in 2008. And at that time, we were playing shows all the time. We were touring, putting out albums.
I think I saw you guys play
The
at
true
Schlafly.
artist journey.
Probably.
More than likely, yeah. We
Yeah,
played there a
tap room
lot.
a few times.
Not downtown,
Yeah.
but in the area.
It's like Midtown
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
tap room.
Right,
the
right.
original one, I guess.
I saw you play at Rock the Hops.
Hey!
I'm like, how are they doing this?
Got stunt
You're
doubles.
right. Yeah, exactly.
No, but when we started doing that, Rock the Hops, it was as a way to give back to the establishments, the restaurant owners, the venue and bar owners, for just embracing us as a band. They welcomed us with open arms to perform on their stages, many of whom never had original artists. And what that means is people that write and perform their own music, not cover bands. So that was a new thing for lots of our downtown establishments. And we were so grateful for that. That got us a lot of exposure. And, you know, it was just such a great energy back in those days. There were...
Yeah, well, and Old Bakery had just opened. Elijah P's had just opened with 50 taps on the wall. The craft beer thing was really starting to take off in Alton.
Right.
A lot more outdoor spaces, I feel
Yep.
like we're coming
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were looking for a way, as having had our first child, and we weren't able to play live as much anymore,
Or tour.
tour that primarily. What can we do to give back to this community? What can we do to
Provide an elevated event experience in our little town?
Yeah.
Like you had mentioned, you were worried coming home from the big city, there wouldn't be these things to keep you occupied.
Yeah.
Well, it is, you know.
And it's sometimes hard to implement, we'll say, cultural events, right? Where you're trying to bring something new to people, and you're hoping that people will embrace it and fall in love with these artists like you guys have, and support them in other ways by, purchasing their music and merch and being supportive of them, on social media and things like that. It all is important. I know we talked about when you're planning an event like this, I always say my biggest fear is is anybody going to show up?
Yeah, of course.
Is the weather going to hold out?
Right.
People said they're coming, but are they going to come? And I think, especially with you guys selling tickets, it's always such a reasonable price.
Thanks,
I don't think it ever feels like it's unreachable for anybody who wants to go. Nikki even told me there was a 2-for deal.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
While we're on the tickets are on sale right now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You
and
can
I'm
go
going to
a
share
couple
where to get
places
it.
to find them. Jam is going to bring it up on the screen for those of you who are watching. If you're listening to us with no video, you can go to their Facebook page, Rock the Hops, Alton, August 8th.
Rock the Hops 2026 is the event page for this year. Gorgeous graphics. Who did that?
Yes,
I did.
the graphics.
Hope did that.
Hope's doing everything.
Pretty much.
That is the crux of being in charge, right? Is you can ask somebody to do it, you can commission somebody, you could pay somebody to do it, but it may not be on your timeline and to your aesthetic. And
well, and Hope is a multidisciplinary creative.
Oh, exactly. So you enjoy that too.
I enjoy it, but mostly with this year's graphic, even there were some events taking place in my life at the time that inspired me to put it into that, and people may not understand the message. And
what is the message?
Yeah, give us some insight into it.
Artists know.
Yeah, I actually was attending a show over at the Duck Room, right? Is that where you played?
Yeah.
Just last spring, I guess. Drew was with a touring band. He was playing bass in that band, and I was listening to his band in Seashine, which is an awesome local band that's played our event a few times. And I was, at the front of the audience, listening to the music with my eyes closed. And that for me is something that I realized I do this often. I'm really trying to shut out the distractions and take this in. And I'm kind of overwhelmed by it.
And give it your attention and give it,
and hear it.
As they deserve. But just a number of things that were kind of all coming together. I was listening to a podcast about, just overstimulation in music these days, and what AI and music, what that may look like. And even a little pushback with Drew, who's, we're in a band together, and we've been working on this third album for a long time now.
It takes as long as it takes, right?
Band name is Hope and Therapy.
Right. Hope and Therapy has been working on this album for a year. And because it's when time allows, we can get to it.
And you're raising a family.
Right. But Drew's always stop focusing on, the album. Let's put out some singles. Let's do this. And for me, that's very difficult because I look at an album as a body of work. And this represents what I want to say at this given time. Right. So just all these things were kind of coming together, taking it in, being an engaged listener, intentionally listening.
And letting the art affect you.
Right. Yeah. But also in terms of the length of an album, like he was saying, to put out a single, in our day and age, people don't have the attention span, right? But it's we need to stop all that. We need to have the attention span, and we need to commit to seeing this through. We need to commit to listening to an album in its
whole
entirety.
right.
The way that, they
The
did,
artist
secret
intended.
track.
right, the way that you did in the 60s and the 70s, the 80s, even the 90s, where it was, I'm going to lay on my floor, I'm going to put this on, I'm going to lay in front of these speakers, and I'm going to
and stop
really take this in from start to finish. Like, what was the artist saying,
Oh, and I love a
and
good, like,
it just
album
doesn't
that
happen
showed,
that
like,
way.
you
But
know,
for me,
in the
I
album.
still want it to. And I
Right.
still am like old school in that sense that it's like, shut it all out, hear the music, and then, be inspired by what comes out of that. Like, really, yeah.
Listening,
It might be a little
active
heavy.
listening.
Yeah.
That's like a concept they teach in kindergarten, like active listening.
Right.
Slow down, understand what's happening, give it your attention. So, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, thanks.
It really is. And I know, we talk about like how people are so busy and like, how do you make time for the creative endeavors? Because we can make excuses, right? We can deprioritize it, put things on the back burner. But I think allowing ourselves to have creative outlets, to sit and listen to other people's or look at other people's creative outlets is so beneficial in so many different ways.
Right.
Mentally, physically,
Right.
Communally, it helps us connect to
Yeah.
ourselves and to each other. And I
Right.
think that's crucial, especially this day and
And
age.
so you have this opportunity at Rock the Hops
Yeah.
to hear all these different bands with all these different sounds. And so you can get the tickets from the website.
Yeah.
But I also noticed you had a DD ticket, a designated driver
Yeah.
ticket, which I really loved. Tell us a little bit what comes with your designated driver ticket. Can
You get to ride the shuttle.
You get to ride the shuttle.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know if you got to sample the non-alcoholic things because I know you have a few like coffee
Right.
and some of the
You
stuff.
won't get a commemorative tasting glass.
Okay.
You'll be differentiated as a DD because that's what you're there to do.
Right.
You get like a special wristband.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
So
Yeah.
I know that there's some, you can talk your way into, an NA tasting, of course, with that. But it's primarily for like, we encourage responsible
Yeah.
participation, of course. And we've seen in the past where crews are like, hey, can my DD ride on the shuttle? I'm like, it gets a little messy. Who's your DD? But now we've established, okay, this person is accounted for and this is what they're there to do. Yeah.
I really
love that.
like that because remember bars used to also do that. They'd let you in for free if there was a cover if you were the DD. So some
sometimes
of
you
the
get,
bars
like,
in
a
the
free-
area would let you
a
do
free
that.
I don't remember that.
Well, I was DD a lot back in the day because drinking around people tends to be too much for me to handle. So I just did that a lot, and I was a bartender for a little bit too. So
Right. So you've seen,
Mhm.
and
yeah,
and if someone's being responsible, that's
Yeah.
what we need. You
Yeah.
know?
yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be great. But that answers
Yeah.
your question.
And then there's
That's
also
really
buy two tickets for
Buy 2 tickets for 50.
For
So
50.
yeah, like bring your friend, bring your spouse,
Yeah.
bring your cousin, your mom, whoever it is.
it's
Like,
all ages. Well,
it's-
21 and up.
right.
21 and up. But yes, that's a
Some venues are for sure family friendly.
Right.
Flock, you're just
Yeah.
going to the food truck park.
Mhm.
Um,
OBB.
Old Bakery, of course.
Post Commons.
Post Commons. Yeah, I mean, Conservatory will get very loud probably.
Yeah.
And, they don't serve food. So that's for sure 21 and up space. Bossa Nova's tight. They serve food, but,
There's not a lot of, it's
Not
a
a
shotgun.
small-
kind
yeah,
of-
it can get kind of chaotic in there too. So just fair
In a good
warning.
way.
Yeah,
right,
of course.
Right. So and to me, I felt like that too, especially in the years that I've been, that there's a different vibe at every venue,
Yeah.
obviously that already exists, but also like the patrons, create a different
Some
energy.
people
and
walk
obviously
down with
the
their
music.
animals.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
people with animals, and I think there's something for everybody. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, we've got 28 bands this year. So 28, solos, duos, musical acts, we like to say, because not everyone is a band. And they all write their own music. And that's what sets Rock the Hops apart from every other festival around. Everyone that you see that day has written this music and is performing their own songs. So it's pretty unique,
and
pretty
I feel like
fantastic.
that can be a little vulnerable too,
Oh,
It
right? Like,
Absolutely.
It
You can write your own
is.
Right.
music.
Yes. Yeah.
you're putting it all out there
Right.
and hoping it's received.
But and again, that goes back to even like the idea of the poster and whatnot this year. It is so vulnerable to do that, and we as the audience really need to respect what they're doing. And, that's not to say like, don't talk, don't have fun,
Right.
but we always say like, if you want to have a conversation, keep it down, head to the back. Like you want to give this artist your attention.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I know Nikki mentioned there is a Facebook page, but if you're not a social media user, you can also go to rockthehops2026.eventbrite.com to purchase your tickets directly.
Correct.
They also have a website. Just do a quick internet search. You will find them, no problem at all. You can ask your AI. They'll take you there and say,
No.
but we do not support AI writing music. Okay. So just this video we talked about that Hope has on their main website here, I'm sharing to the folks. You recorded that too? Is
No,
that what we
that
heard?
was-
No, or is that's all video
That was
from?
Megan
Oh,
Fairless.
We
love
love her.
Maggie May.
She's been with us from the beginning, I feel like.
I think so. Maybe.
She's amazing
Yeah.
and such a big supporter of local community as well. Did you get a custom beer this year? I know you have in years past.
No,
a special
not this
night?
year. No custom beer this year.
Ooh, so if you have
That's
one
okay.
from the past, it might be worth something, right?
And unopened.
Yes, exactly. So did you want to mention some of the other venues that I know you dropped a few in there, but we talked about how many bands? 20?
We've got
28.
28.
28 at 5 venues. Our venues this year are Post Commons, Bossa Nova, Flock, the Food Truck Park, Old Bakery Beer Company, and the Conservatory. And we've done, like in the past, I think the most we did was 10 or 11 venues, I want to say. And
No.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't
That
do
first
10
year, I
or-
think it was
no,
10.
I think it was 7. 7 was the most we did.
No.
There were a lot. I
we're
went
gonna
a
go.
lot of
Yeah, I
places,
think.
but I
I think
remember
that.
them all.
I feel like it was up
Well,
there.
there was Maryland's at one time.
Yeah, Shea Maryland, you had
And
there.
then you also
We've-
had the Elijah Peas.
We've had so many Morrison's,
Yeah.
Bottle and Barrel, Big Muddy Pub, 300 State, Temple,
Temple, that was a lot.
Something was really far
Bluff
away one year.
City, Tony's,
Tony's,
State
yeah.
Street Market.
Well,
I mean,
the
we've
first
done,
couple of years,
We had more
Old
restaurants.
Bakery was out on its own. There was nothing
Right.
down Broadway,
Right,
really.
right.
So yeah, the first couple of years,
I made that
everything was
walk.
down
I made
like
that walk.
State and Third mostly. Elijah P's over on Piasaw, but yeah, everything was kind of in the quote unquote old downtown area.
Well, if
And
you think about how many other businesses are out there too, like we
Yeah.
talked about the rising tide lifting all ships, you've got so many other, shopping venues and places like that people can stop by on their walk as they're headed
Absolutely.
to
And
the other
it's
locations.
encouraged. I mean,
And I
we,
felt like you could hear the music like everywhere.
Sure,
You could
yeah.
hear and feel that energy. And it was just, it's
Well,
such
I
a
always
cool
had
event.
a hard time hearing all the bands because bands are playing while other bands
you'll
are playing.
never get to all
You'll
of them.
never get to all of them.
That's part of the
And
fun.
that is part of the fun. But then you're like, oh man, I'm going to miss them. But like, it's exciting and thrilling, but you're just kind of hopping all around sometimes to try to get to every band.
Right. And everyone does it differently, which is also pretty cool. Like some people
Mapping it
just
out.
some people map it out and want to hit their favorites and they're running around like a little rat race the whole time.
That's me.
I can be one of those people. And then others are like, I'm going to set up post
Here.
right here all day and, eat 2 meals and
This is my spot.
This is my spot.
If you
Right.
need to find me, I'll be here. Right?
Yeah.
I love that. That's
But
so cool.
we do make it quite easy to get around to all the
Oh,
places
yeah.
because there is a shuttle running, which is included in your ticket purchase.
So just
Access to
hop
the
on
shuttle.
Whenever
Yeah, and
okay.
it's constantly running. That's like one of the funnest parts of
Oh,
the
it
thing to
absolutely
me.
is.
Like you have to jump on the shuttle and just like
I loved it.
it almost
It's
feels like
party
a
bus.
yeah,
Because
yeah. It's like a
hot, too, and the
VIP
shuttle's
thing.
a little reprieve from
I mean,
the walk.
Air conditioned.
True.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you're fast friends on the shuttle.
Yeah.
You can sit on my lap. That's fine.
Well, speaking of
Love that.
fast friends, we have some friends that we need to talk about on our commercial break. They are ones that help support us here at the
RiverBender.
RiverBender.com. So we'll take a quick little break and then we'll be back.
Right back.
Firearms training shouldn't feel intimidating. At Precision Point Armory in Bethalto, we focus on safety, confidence, and real-world skills. Whether you're new or renewing your concealed carry, you'll get professional instruction without pressure. Learn safe handling, sound decision-making, and proper techniques tailored to your experience level. If you're looking for premium firearms training in the heart of Bethalto, Illinois, call 618-779-9947 or go to precisionpointarmory.net and train with confidence today.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is Tom Wells,
an assistant chief of the Godfrey Fire District. He has been a firefighter and an EMT for over 20 years. Tom is currently an instructor in the Lewis and Clark Paramedicine program and has 2 degrees from LC, fire science and nursing.
I'm Tom Wills, and I'm a trailblazer.
Welcome back from our break. We are here with Hope and Drew talking about Rock the Hops. That's coming up next Saturday. You want to get your ticket. They're selling out fast. Bring your friends and just come have a great time. You'll see these cool shirts. So I have the last. Drew and I both are wearing the last ever, right? You guys aren't bringing this back?
That's right.
And this is my favorite. Like, it is Robert Wadlow riding the Paisley bird.
It's pretty amazing.
I love it.
Drew that.
And I started to say,
Yeah.
Drew it. Do you like my Drew drawing?
Yeah, we did that for the 2016 event as the event poster.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first year we did shirts too. And the design was a little bit different, but yeah, we've brought it back maybe like 3 times for runs of shirts over the years.
First go around, I got the little tasting glass with it.
Yeah.
And then
that would have been in 2016.
I made sure I picked, was it last year or the year before? I think it was the year before. I made sure I picked up a shirt because I was like, I've got to have this.
Absolutely.
This shirt is so Alton. Like, when I wear this shirt when I travel. Because I'm like, ask me about my shirt.
Yeah, right.
Ask me, please do. I'm going to tell you about this little town I live in. The giant man and a big bird. Love it.
It's pretty amazing.
And so you'll get shirts. You'll get, if you have the participation, you bought your ticket for that, you'll get a little tasting cup with the logo. Mm-hmm. Do we know what is it going to be that
we
logo?
Know. We cannot say. It's always a surprise.
I love surprises. So you have to now go because now you need to know what the logo is.
You want to be in the know.
You want to be in the know. And then you get to hop on a bus and go to 5 different restaurants, try their food, and then sample
the
beverages.
beverages.
Yeah. One year they had like rosé type ciders. I think it was from Grafton or somewhere. It was really good.
Yeah, Grafton brought out some really cool stuff last year and got a lot of great feedback.
Drinks.
Yep.
So
every year something new and
something
different.
new. Whatever those brewers have brewed up that year. Yeah,
that is so cool.
And we wanted to take a moment to thank you both for coming here. Germania is soon to be of an official, from what I hear, we're working on it, sponsor of Gifts for Guests.
Hey!
Awesome.
Here is
Thank you.
a gift card.
You might need that before your event.
Thanks, Germania.
For you guys to enjoy. And then we like to touch on how we're all a few degrees from each other. So
And from
Drew,
Kevin Bacon.
And from Kevin Bacon.
Oh.
Yes. And Rod Stewart now.
I'd like to hear that
you know.
story.
So we went to high school together. And I remember, Drew, you're younger than me, I think, or two.
Yeah.
Hope
He's my age.
Yeah, he's your age. And then Hope, you're a little bit, like 1 year above me. So I was like sandwiched in between.
Okay.
Yeah. But I used to listen to you play at the Meridian.
Yep.
And
Meridian
Red
Coffee
Spoon,
House, right?
Meridian
Wasn't
Coffee
it?
House.
Yep. Mhm.
So for those of you who go way back, like
Yeah.
we do, you have some memories of that. And
Well, for reference, it is now the space that holds Funky Planet toys and gifts. So if you can imagine like 100 sweaty teenagers listening to music way too
a lot
loudly.
of caffeine.
Yeah, it was the glory days for
What
sure.
was your first band called?
My first band that played at the Meridian was called Little Hero Fire,
Yeah.
which, fun fact, my new band includes Ben Cowan, who was in that very first band with me, and we haven't played in a band since. So,
So
yeah, full circle moment for
Music
me and Ben,
connecting
who've been
people.
best buds forever.
Yeah.
love
That's
that.
awesome.
Yep.
Staying friends. See, that's the other thing. You meet in high school, and then, or even younger for some of us, and you stay friends.
You
Fast
keep
friends
the
forever.
good ones.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
And you want to talk about how we knew Hope too?
Yes.
hmm So we were in color guard together.
Yes, we were. Yeah.
For many years. We were
Well, not
the
many,
pretty-
but probably.
the pretty part. The pretty part.
So many.
The best years.
Yes, exactly. In high school.
In high school. And then
And you were saying though you never heard Hope
I
sing
had
until
never heard Hope sing until I started going to church.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then we reconnected through church, and then I heard you sing, and I was like, where was this voice in high school? Because I was in all the choirs, like celebration and concert choir, and
Right.
all of that, and you weren't in those.
I was not. I was doing the band thing back in high school and color guard and whatever else you do in high school. And I don't know why I didn't get into choir at the time. I think that, like, for me, I got very heavily into the Alton music scene back then. We were 16, driving over to St. Louis to catch shows and, heading up to try to see Judge Nothing at their practice spaces, like whatever we could do to be a part of it. And back in my day, there was a lot of guys that played and wrote their own music. The whole scene was that. And the few of my girlfriends, they dated some of those guys and all that. But I was always like wanting to be part of the band.
Right,
So
right.
like that's where my focus was. Yeah,
like,
so
I want
that's
to be up there.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I guess I was striving to do that sort of singing and that
Right.
sort of thing, rather than choir. I don't.
Well, then
I don't know.
you sang in a choir in college, right?
I did. I got back into it. So, when I was a kid, I was into it, of course. And I did Encounter, like a lot of people. And I
Yeah, I was in
got back
Encounter,
into...
but I don't think we were in Encounter at the
Probably
same
not.
time.
I got back into singing in college, which was one of my favorite classes. It was a college course that included community, and we did Mozart, and sang Mendelssohn and these German pieces and
Cool.
Latin, and it was awesome.
That's amazing.
Right.
So you got exposure to
Yeah.
a lot more genres.
Yeah.
What do you think inspires you guys? What keeps you coming back to the stage, to creating music, to keeping Rock the Hops going? What's the motivator?
Well, in terms of writing, playing music, I think that I just have to.
Yeah.
There's just, someone once told me a few years ago, impression without expression leads to depression. So whenever anything is impressed upon me, whether that's positive or negative, I got to get it out of my body. In a healthy way,
Yes.
right? And that might be an hour walk or whatever that is. But for me, writing comes from something's been impressed upon me and it made me feel a certain way. And I'm a sensitive person and I take in a lot and I need to release that somehow. And for me, there's no better way to do that than specifically on stage through song.
Kind of sounds like therapy.
Yeah.
Right?
It does a little bit.
Therapy, for sure.
Right.
Well, and in preparing for today too, I was, doing a little bit of research, and to how music literally impacts us mentally and physically, lowering stress, boosts our mood, can help release negative thoughts if needed, depending what you're listening to, I guess. But there is scientific research that listening to like the right frequencies can help regulate your nervous system, lower blood pressure, improve, your overall well-being. It actually can even enhance memory. So like you writing music and listening to music.
I've yet to see that.
Right. But I'm like hopeful for the future, right? Because, we think about like dementia and Alzheimer's and things like that, how they can really negatively affect someone's quality of life. But music can trigger so many memories for people.
Right.
And it's amazing. I know ever since I was very young, like Schoolhouse Rock, I mean, you put something into music and I will remember it forever. Like it just sticks with me.
My first memory of my life is via song. It was me like climbing down a staircase at my house, and it was Genesis song came on. And when I hear that song now, I'm like, oh man, I can remember being like 3 years old or whatever.
Wow, that's amazing. That's seriously so cool.
Yeah, the importance of music and art for those reasons and many others just like cannot be understated. And that's a huge motivator for us. Music and arts in schools even, like, and providing platforms and outlets outside of that realm too is important because, not everybody dials in with that. Like Hope didn't join the choir in high school, but like found music in other ways. And like, there's just like so much you can do with it. And like the human element is so important too. And like not only listening and like taking in music and art, but like creating and expressing, like both sides of it is just so important to us.
Yeah. And you can find inspiration anywhere. Like I always say that like my desire for Alton is to just be an inspiring city to live in. I'm inspired by a nice long walk. I'm inspired by a good entree.
You can find inspiration anywhere.
Right. And I'm like I'm a very visual person, so just like being out for a walk and seeing like just rehabilitation of a building, all that stuff like
we talk
just
about that all the time,
me.
especially down here,
right.
like these historic buildings, just seeing them repurposed for something. And I'll tell you, like this room right over here, it's gonna be a new home for jiu-jitsu, but for many years it was showcasing high school bands. Yeah. And the stage upstairs, as a community center, this was a spot where we literally had full sets of music and guitars and drums. Like kids could just come in and try something, play, sing karaoke, just a way for them to feel free in that expression and have a place to do it.
And I think that's also what everybody needs. It's just a place where you could just mess around and figure it out without feeling like you failed. Or I think there's a big disconnect when you're scrolling through your socials and you see a completely perfect product, but you don't see those steps that go into it, the years of practicing, the artistry, the mastery. And so
the dirty work, really.
It's easy to get discouraged. I mean, even with starting a podcast, like you listen to some of the podcasts that are out there and we're like, wish we sounded like that. Our first show, very challenging. But even as we started going along, even today, you start to find your rhythm, you start to kind of see, and then it also becomes its own organic thing that you never saw happening, which kind of brings me back to Rock the Hops. Have you fulfilled everything when you first started that first little seed of a dream? What's been added or taken away, or the things, or is there something still that you would like to see?
Like, has the vision been fully
fulfilled?
Realized?
No.
Never. Right?
What's the dream?
Ultimately, the dream is just like a shift in our culture, specifically the mindset of how we as a community can show up for our artists. We're in this day and age where music is free and accessible, and there's a lot of it coming at us. And we need to remember that these people, some musicians, they're trying to make a living. That's not everyone's goal, but we need to be willing to pay for their art. We need to be willing to pay a cover charge to get in to watch a band play.
Right.
They deserve to be paid for this.
Right.
I mean, I think that's a lot of it. What do you think, Drew?
That's how we can support in one way.
Absolutely.
Right?
It's gonna be loaded. No, we're opening a can of
Getting
worms.
the microphone up.
Easy, Drew, easy.
Go for it.
I mean, along the same lines, yeah. I mean, I would love to see a day where people don't balk at the idea of paying $15 or $20 to see a show in Alton, or like support even just like a straight up music festival in Alton, like without the need to sell a ticket to a beer tasting, because that's how our
Right.
the format here.
But honestly,
Or not the real draw.
It's not the real draw, but it helps sustain what we're doing.
Yeah, it's just one revenue
one
stream that we
element,
have to utilize to make it all work,
Right.
So it's kind of, it's risky to think about trying to do it a different way, because like Hope said, everybody just expects music to be free and like no big deal. Like I don't need, it's free. I don't have to pay attention, like whatever. And yeah, just heightening the importance of music and art where people feel like compelled to pay for it, even like
let me give you some more money because I love this so much. Like,
Sure.
And it's not just
Right.
about money, obviously. It's like just the support in general. We're like, Alton is strange because we're not super small and we're not this big metropolis. Where going to an original music festival anywhere, you don't have to put the word original before that. Like, you go to a music festival, it's people that are writing music. That's why you're
That's the
there.
Yeah, you go to see
Implied.
bands doing their thing.
Yeah. So,
Playing their
you go to
songs.
St.
Yeah.
Louis, and any festival you go to, it's filled with people that are writing their own music. But it's
Even
like
the
we
big
have
street
to
festivals and
Right.
And the Art
all
Fest
that.
in Clayton. And
all of it,
Yeah.
Maplewood.
all of it. So it's like we're just at this weird level that it's like I have to like somehow foreshadow that this is an original music festival, which it should just be expected that that's what the bands are doing, and we should be wanting to support them. I mean, think of your favorite artist, whoever that is. They started here,
Right.
You know,
Right.
Yeah.
everyone did, and they were writing their own music, and they got to whatever level that they deemed they wanted to be at, right? Hopefully. That's what's happening.
to the point where cover bands are playing their songs.
Exactly. Right.
Like-
That's like
My-
life
I
goals,
mean,
right?
One of my favorite artists was homeless. And
I talked about
you
Jewel
talked about
earlier.
Jewel.
Yeah.
I love Jewel.
Oh, yeah.
And now she's working with scientists to create sound and lights that shows how Earth and nature all involves together. Like, it's absolutely beautiful. And she's in Italy. She's amazing, right? But everyone does start. We all start
Somewhere.
Somewhere,
Why
yeah.
not here?
Right.
Why
And I
not?
guess to sort of
Why
like
not?
wrap up that, the question was like, what's the goal, or have you
Yeah.
guys fulfilled, the dream or whatever? On top of that, like Alton, is no longer a town of industry for the most part. We're leaning into our tourism and, our downtown as a destination and a tourist attraction. And to make Alton a music destination is, would be a goal of
Oh,
mine.
absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
however lofty that may be.
Yeah.
The people come from everywhere
But
for
yeah, just like
Like, this is
original
the
artists.
place where you
Yeah.
find the original work.
a venue or two, or like eventually, like it all has to kind of like build from this small seed. And like you build rapport with national booking agencies who are like launching small bands careers, and you have a 200 capacity room, and you build these relationships, and then now these bands are too big to play the 200 capacity room, so there's a need for a 600 capacity, you know, and like just like this organic build of steam, or you know, like just like it has to build on itself kind of organically, but you know that takes people to like take risks and put their money where their mouth is, of course, and like
I feel like you guys have done that. I mean, right?
I mean, we have done what we can do.
What we can do
for sure,
with our resources. Yeah,
exactly. That's what
but it's we geek out on this. We're like total nerds about this topic, and we talk about it a lot. And we're always, the event is like this thing that the public sees, and they come and hopefully have a great time and meet people. But like, we're having these conversations in other rooms all the time.
Well, you also have a pretty good volunteer committee, right? That is it volunteer? There's a lot of people that show up and make this happen on the day too, and even prior to.
We don't have a lot of help leading up. There's a couple people that we really rely on, and who are amazing. But on the day of, absolutely, we've got like a dedicated team of volunteers that have shown up for us
for years
now, and like.
And they're all super friendly and helpful and welcoming. I mean, when you walk into...
And they want to be there.
They want to be there. They believe in the mission.
Right.
You know?
You go and you pick up your wristband at the
It's the visitor center.
Yeah. Right here on... Is this Broadway?
Pius
on
Broadway.
Yeah. And you go in and, there's a line and some people are out there like talking to you, and then you have one time there was a vendor that was like right up there talking to people. And then you go in and everyone smiles. Everyone's like, hey, how's it going? Have fun. Enjoy.
Well, yeah, it's a festival. We're supposed to be having fun, right?
I know. But there's no real grouchy pants, which is nice.
They can't be. We've got to be super hospitable.
Strict.
I mean, that's the business we're in, right?
Right, yeah.
And you just got me thinking about, too, talking about, like, where does it go from here and what's the ultimate, just thinking about having venues that are larger capacity. We don't really have any, and
there's not much of a necessity for it yet.
Correct.
Right. I get you.
It's
you got to build to that,
right?
And events like Rock the Hops are driving us there.
Yeah, hopefully
that's the goal, and we need more people that believe in that mission and want to get on board and
just get their
hands dirty.
Grand theater renovated.
It's all of it. I mean, we've seen, being that he and I have both been a part of this Alton music scene for a long time now, and we've seen so many bands come and go, great bands. We've seen so many venues come and go.
Was it One Lone Car that also was like a band that kind of
was
Bethalto?
Got
like
they were Alton guys.
There were some Alton guys.
Aaron?
One Lone Car.
Well, Aaron joined later.
Okay,
but the core of the band was Alton, and then I think they rotated through a couple front men, including Aaron Kellum, who was from Bethalto.
I remember they played on SNL.
What?
One Lone Car? No.
They? No? Okay.
I don't think so.
I thought I saw them somewhere.
I don't know.
might fact check.
Again, life goals,
Yeah. But there's been a
there
couple little bands that I thought got really, name-wise.
Yeah, and name recognition means a lot to, almost everybody, it seems like, in that industry, but not everybody. Some bands, some musicians are happy, teaching and that is success to them, or having a song featured here, or doing whatever. It looks different for everyone. You can't expect, we as an audience shouldn't expect that every band wants to be selling out arenas. That's not the goal for everyone.
Expecting that sound too, right? That traditional sound that you kind of sometimes always hear on the radio. I love hearing something that I've never heard before. That's it sounds, I used to listen to commercials to find bands that weren't popular.
Yeah. Indie bands who have got a sync license, and that's a whole industry in and of itself.
Found him on an Apple commercial, and he sings a song about the tardigrade and all these fun things, and it's brass instruments, and you would never know.
Right.
You find them in these random spots, and then that takes you down a rabbit hole of different bands that sound like them.
I'll tell you what.
I love it.
Yeah, there's a whole music as consumerism, and music as art. Music as performance, music as entertainment, music as art. It's a whole.
It can overlap, and
there's a place for both. And
Yep.
But yeah, our festival features bands and artists across all different sort of genres. So you can get jazz, blues, rock, punk rock, electronic, experimental, folk, country. I mean, we've hip hop, we've had it all.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting. Like, you know, I think back about years past, and I remember going to even like Aaron at Tony's when Tony's was involved, who was another great venue. Mm-hmm. They were involved for a couple of years, and you know, I was like, hey, Aaron, like, you know, the way this looks, you might have like this punk rock band playing in Tony's. And she's like, okay, yeah, all right, sign me up. I trust you guys. You know, and that's what it's about. It's like,
well, it's
just one day.
We might be pushing the envelope at some of these places for what they might ordinarily book on their own accord or whatever. But it is, you know, it's one day. It's a special thing. And, you know, it's nice that the venues are, you know, appreciative of that and open to that. And, you know, it's like, yeah, no big deal. Like sometimes we beat ourselves up about the lineup quite a bit, like in terms of like, who do we put where? Like, how are they going to fit? What time of day is it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are people trying to like sit down and chill out at dinner time? Like, you know, like we really curate. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's a balance. It's a dance for sure.
Well, speaking of dancing, we're about to dance along to some commercial breaks. Lovely jingles. And then we'll get right back to you.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu. When you need a project done right, on budget, and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started.
And we're back. You're listening to According to
Jama
and Nikki. I had to think for a moment.
She's Nikki. This is Hope, and this is Drew Mater, and they are here sharing about their awesome event that's coming up next Saturday, Rock the Hops, at basically all of the venues in Alton.
We have seen a little change in some of the open venues that we've had down here. One thing, so we talk about artists, we talk about being in kind of a community that doesn't always, I don't want to say support, but it's just harder to get in those spaces, right?
Or maybe they don't know how to support, of aligning what our artists need with what they can provide. I think there's sometimes that disconnect, like you guys were talking about availability of venues and then being open to
bringing in someone that they don't know the music and they don't know what crowd they're going to bring in. I've heard some bands or some places will not book you unless you can promote and bring in the business.
Oh, a guarantee.
Yeah, I mean, that does exist, and I'm sure it still exists around here. I'm not too familiar with the venues specifically in downtown Alton that are still operating that way.
Well, it is part of the gig to promote, and you are, as a band or musician, if you don't promote your performance, don't expect to make
Happy-
$1,000.
No, but it should be a
Like,
both and. It
Yeah,
should be the artists themselves and the venues that are promoting
Absolutely.
it. Yeah.
So if you're young and you have this yearning, this desire, this talent, and you want to find a place where you can just practice and get to know what it's like to perform in front of a live audience, what advice would you give that young artist starting out?
In all your wisdom that you've
Gathered through the years?
I mean, one great platform is attending open mic nights. I mean, that's probably the lowest hanging fruit. We
It's
have a
literally
couple
there for
in
the
town. Unfortunately, I think they're both in 21 plus venues.
Mm-hmm.
But open mics would be the best option for a young person trying to do their own music. I know one of our performers, Jace Snyder, has been hitting the open mic at Stagger Inn and kind of sharpening his skills up there. He even went to a songwriting camp in Colorado over the summer. So, I mean, I think that's a challenge for the younger generation to have outlets and have platforms to express themselves and develop their craft. But, that's another motivator for us.
Yeah, right. That's what I was
to
gonna say.
platform, people trying to do it.
Like
So
it takes people that have jumped through the hoops, like I have, to just want to help. I would tell these young artists, first of all, don't wait. Start now. Just start playing. Just start playing.
Right.
It doesn't matter. You don't have to be perfect. Don't
Yeah.
perfect your songs. Just get out there and do it. You'll get better at it. It'll get more comfortable to you. But, back when I was in school, we had different set of opportunities for shows, and whether that was at school itself, I mean, we would do like the jamnesties on the weekends in the cafeteria, just anything like that. Like us adults, the older generation, like we need to help schools, teachers, anyone that has a space available. I mean, there's obviously opportunities for house shows, and I encourage them. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
got to get creative
Yeah.
and just be unafraid to put yourself out there.
Right.
I just think back to how many times you'd just be at like a house party and somebody's band would set up and play, and just like, this is amazing. This is
It was
awesome.
all the time.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what I'm like.
Definitely lived in that
And I don't know
Right.
if does that still happen, like with the next gens. I don't know. I hope.
It has.
It-
There's
yeah,
been
and it might be-
different waves of that.
Right.
The duos that they do on TikTok, like someone will...
Oh, like somebody
I
plays
am not
something,
on
somebody else
TikTok.
takes
I-
it,
Yeah,
makes
or
it,
they like...
Oh, yeah, I've
together.
seen those.
And I used to like follow Hit Record, which
Oh,
was
yeah.
a cool little... it was,
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah,
Mhm.
love it. He had Hit Record, and artists could actually sell and trade their works, whatever it was, sound, pictures, whatever you created, and it was a place that you could use without, you would get something in return, like whatever
was a
that is.
shared
It was a shared space,
Platform. Mhm.
and you would get the rights to it, and people knew it was your work. So as artists could collectively come together, and I think I found them 2019. Was that when you started doing it, or something like
Yeah.
that? But it was
Right
it's a really
yeah.
cool little space. The other thing that I admire is you're raising a family, you work day jobs, and you're still doing your art. And how does that happen? Where do you find the spaces? Has there been a time where you're like, I don't want to do this anymore? And how did you get through it?
I've never not wanted to do it anymore. And
The art, yeah.
you just have to prioritize the time. And I think we were talking off mic about how, I just laugh when people are like, oh, I don't have time for that. I'm like, no, you're just not prioritizing this, your time to this. And I've made it a point in the past few years to, I've got a new band that I've started, and
you're
I
a
just
drummer, so it's right. But in the
Not just,
not just, but
new band I'm playing bass in and kind of writing a lot of the stuff from the
I'm
bass.
thinking about playing the drums with a newborn. Like, how does that happen? Where are you playing the drums?
Well,
Lucky for us, we have a nice space in our basement
That's soundproof.
Enough. It was part of an addition, so there's an original foundation wall between this room and the rest of the house. But yeah, I mean, we're lucky to have a space to go, and when our youngest is now finding himself down there hitting the drums himself, so it's no problem. Yeah,
on your way to Branson.
I don't think we're country enough for Branson.
No, we wouldn't fit. For me, I was also saying earlier that it's been more challenging. Like Drew's really great about carving out the time and sticking to it, and I hit like spurts.
Well, and there's is there a time of day? 'Cause sometimes I feel like at nighttime when I'm supposed to be sleeping is when it all happens, and then you're like, oh, but I got to work in the morning, but I should be sleeping, but I got this thing in my head that I want to get down on paper. How do you manage that?
I'm not as good at this as I used to be, and I think that's sometimes it feels like it's because I'm doing Rock the Hops. I had said earlier that last summer someone told me you're helping to pave a road that you don't have time to walk down, and that's what it feels like. And I desire to be writing music and playing music and doing a bajillion other things, like creatively speaking, but I'm also like doing this thing. And so of course in the months leading up to Rock the Hops, that takes priority to some degree.
Right. Is there thoughts of someone stepping in and kind of carrying the torch behind you with Rock the Hops?
It's such a specialized skill set, and like the relationships that we've built over the years, it would be like really difficult to hand off this, what we've created. I would love to see anything and everything, and I would love to have a larger team and more people like really investing into making this happen. But
imagine it's like multiple times a year or all across the whole city.
I mean, like I said earlier, we dream all the time, and it's like, oh, we could do this, and we go visit other cities and see stuff like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we brought this home or we did this? I mean, the ideas are just always there.
But that's
and then there's life, and then there's life.
Yeah.
It's inspiring though, because I feel like it just keeps the flame burning, whether it's for you and yourselves personally to have that fulfillment, or if it's for the next generation of bands who are coming to go, hey, we want to keep this event going. We want to be a part of this. How can we support it? How can we be involved? What do you need? Mm-hmm. And I think that's so much part of what keeps us connected and makes it an amazing community is people going, oh, you need food vendors? We got food vendors. Mm-hmm. Oh, you need electricity? We got electricity. What is it that that you need to support? And I think for those of us who aren't in your scene, just coming and being a participant, coming in
and then even like
listening.
Yeah.
And that's kind of also one portion of putting together this podcast is there's a place to invite people to come to things and hear about things and get to know what other people are doing and kind of rally around in that way. And then also get to know the story. You talked about the whole album. That's the story, right? You hear one song, you're kind of just hearing that little bit of the story.
Right.
So being able to sit down with two friends from high school and hear all the things that they're doing and the way that they're growing their art and their families and their careers, it's an exciting and like an honor to participate in. You know what I mean? Like so fun to watch, people grow
to
up
watch how
and do
you've
great
grown it.
things.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And you got me thinking now too. I know we talk a little bit about corporatizing music and things, but are a lot of your artists available on Spotify, Pandora, like those mainstream streamings? Because I know as a music, enjoyer, I sometimes like to check out bands before I go, so I feel a little more familiar with
so I can
their
sing
songs.
along.
Yes, I do love it.
I do love like
lyrics,
knowing it.
But I was just thinking like.
I'd say probably like 90% of the lineup has official releases on the streamers that you can check out for sure.
And, all of it. And if you go to like our newsfeed on Facebook, you'll see we've been like
spotlighting
each venue and the musicians playing there that day, and we have a direct link to them, so you can go Hey,
'em out.
they look cool. I'm going to go see what they're about and give it a listen. Yeah. And in years past, we put up playlists, for the day of whatnot. And
We don't have a playlist put together yet, but maybe it's coming.
we've got 7 days.
7 days. And we have about 1 minute left in the show. Was there any sponsorships, shout outs? Let me get that out
Any
of my
last
mouth.
minute things
You would like to say for those who have supported Rock the Hops?
Definitely shout out to the sponsors who helped make this happen. Simmons Hanley Conroy, Alton Works, Amalgamate Vintage.
Hey.
Yeah. And are you
Find
still
them at Honeybee
right?
Vintage. Yeah. We do love Honeybee too.
So big thanks to them. Big thanks to all the volunteers and the bands and
In the breweries.
artists, breweries for sure.
If you
it
didn't
takes
catch
a
it,
village. For
It takes
sure.
a village. If you didn't catch it, not only do you get 28 musical performances that day, but you get I don't know what we're up to. It always changes as it grows, as we get closer to the event. But 40
Typically ends up
styles
about
of
40
craft
styles.
beverages to taste. Grab your ticket, you get a glass, you get to hop on the shuttle, go around, hear all that music, and taste these amazing beverages. And it saves you money if you plan on getting a beverage at all.
There you go.
Well, we are looking
amazing.
forward to Rock the Hops. We will see you all there next Saturday. Thank you for joining in and listening to
According to Jama
and Nikki, and we were here with Hope and Drew. Talk to you next Saturday.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.